Hello, welcome to You Haven't Blanked That. I'm Forrest.
And this is Jimmy.
Oh, hey, Jimmy.
Hey, Forrest.
This week we're watching another movie for Robert Zemeckis Month.
Zemeckis Month.
We watched a little movie called Used Cars.
Used Cars.
Jimmy, do you have a description of this movie?
Yeah, Rudy Russo, Kurt Russell, is a unscrupulous car salesman and a praise...
What kind?
who aspires to become a politician. In the meantime, however, Rudy works for the nice but inefficient automobile dealer Luke Fuchs. Jack Warden. When Luke dies, Rudy takes over the lot, but he faces stiff competition from the scheming Roy L. Fuchs. Also Warden, who wants his brother's business for himself. In order to get more customers, Rudy and Roy each deserve ridiculous promotions to gain the upper hand. This film, the amount of plot holes and writing, stuff that people any rational thought person would be like, okay, let's just fix this. But contrary to all its flaws, I fucking love this movie.
You like this movie?
I do like this movie a lot. I think what won me over was when they, the dealership across the street, the brothers, right? Had that circus and they had the tigers and they had the elephants and the kids riding it. I was like, oh, this is so cool. And they look across the street and there's a bunch of just strippers on cars dancing. And there's one guy staring at this girl's ass. And then he goes, so you can buy this car? He goes, yeah, whatever. And he puts the contract on the girl's ass and gives her the pin, and she's shaking it.
They got this movie. They got Back to the Future from this movie.
Oh, okay.
It was Bob Gale. The people who wrote this movie wrote Back to the Future and also wrote 1941.
Okay.
It's Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale. They wrote 1941. That's how they got in with Spielberg.
The reason why I love this movie, it's it took everything that was fun about those older movies, like the cannonball runs, the just naked titties randomly on the thing. You know what I mean? The dirty sex jokes and the very misogynistic men of the time, and just made it into this perfect little movie. Cause you're like, oh, okay, cool. But I do there's a lot of cool little things that they threw in there too. Like when Kurt Russell is on the phone, and he's with the dead guy's daughter. And then they're in the bedroom, and then he gets a phone call and he answers. He's like, "Hello." He goes, "What? It's an emergency." And then he hangs up the phone and goes, "I gotta go, but he's in jail, or I gotta find somebody, or whatever." He takes off, and she goes and hits the play button on the recorder. That's smart writing. You know what I mean? Because then she knows. But then it's just her character is so underdeveloped too. Because it's how do you not see what's all this going on? And then to take him back immediately,
Well, I mean, it's that whole arc that they have to do. But you're right. I hadn't seen this movie since I was a kid because it used to be on TV.
Okay.
Channel 13 TV.
Oh, so titties, was it... Did they show the titties or did they blur them out? Or was it covered?
I don't know how they... I think they just probably cut away.
But yeah, overall, I thought it was
great. They do that thing where they hyper-focus on the one spot.
Oh, yeah.
They used to do.
Yeah.
Where they turn that fucking... Where it turns like letterbox and for 2 seconds.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Overall, I thought the movie was fun. The way that the old man dies in the beginning.
Oh, the heart attack?
Yeah, where he was like, hey, let's take this Chrysler for a spin. And he goes, yeah. And the guy's just fucking jumping over random shit. It's this is a stuntman's dream.
Yeah.
This movie. because like that whole car scene was insane. And the guy's like having a heart attack and he dies, and the guy's like, I don't know, it's like $50. You can take the $50. Like, no, you have to pay the $50 for blah blah blah. I was like, it's not like anybody's dying over this. And then the guy comes in there holding his heart. I'll give you the $50. I'll pay it. Like it's a lot of the setups for the gags were quick and right away. I wanted them like throughout the movie, but there's
You wanted more callbacks because there's not. I don't feel like there's
not enough callbacks.
There's not enough callbacks to things in here.
But like even like when like I like how they pirate all their commercials in.
Yeah,
and
with
then,
Lenny and Squiggy.
Yeah, and I thought that was rad. And then like, but I didn't get the whole that guy was afraid of red cars things. I don't think they ever set that up.
They did. They did set it up. It was like his bad omen. Like whenever there was a red car, it like never worked out for him.
Okay.
Like I think he was like he couldn't sell a red car or like something bad happens to him. Like it was like his
I
bad
didn't
omen.
catch that at all. But because I was like wondering like why that black guy was like with the flashlight. It's like, oh, it's not a maroon, it's a red car. And then like all of a sudden they had issues with like him not wearing the glasses, and then like the girl's top coming off, and like, like I do like the scene where like that girl's boobs are all like on national TV or
local
TV, and then the kids it cuts away to like people's houses, and it cuts to this like one family full of kids. He goes, "There's real tits on TV," and the mom's like, "How dare y'all change the channel?" The husband grabs a remote, like. But there's a lot of like great like comical scenes throughout this whole movie. You know what? It'd be interesting what a female perspective of this movie would be.
Have you ever seen? Did you ever see The Goods?
The Goods, no.
It's kind of like this. It's Jeremy Piven. And Jeremy Piven, David Koechner, and Agatha from Agatha All Along. What's her name? Catherine
Christie.
No, Agatha from
the Murder Mysteries.
No, Agatha from
from what do you
call it? The Marvels.
Yeah,
Marvel movies. What's her name?
Wanda.
I don't know what the fuck her name is. Anyway, no.
That's where she's from.
Shows from WandaVision, yes. But it's them, and they have to sell like 50 cars to save this car lot or something like that. And it's kind of like that, like this. But it's directed by Neil Brennan. It's a fun movie. I liked it. I know some people didn't. Like, it didn't do well. Yeah. There's a lot of people who don't like it. But it kind of has this vibe to it.
What I really liked about this movie too, regardless of like the boobs and like the jokes and all that stuff, is I like how it showed the small town, because like I remember growing up in small towns just like that, where it was like a dirt lot, used car dealerships. You know what I mean?
How long? What do you mean? Where did you live that had that small town? Like in Mexico?
No, everywhere here.
It wasn't that small.
Yeah, they didn't have the dirt, but they had the gravels, like the loose gravels.
Oh, are you talking about over by where the fucking Starlight was?
Yeah.
Oh, that's.
But I like that.
But that's. I think that was like. I don't think. I think that's. I think
the
that's.
The Albertsons
didn't have gravel.
They had gravel for a long time.
When?
In like '87.
It did not.
Because I used to ride my bike up and down the side where the recycling bin is now. Was all gravel.
It wasn't all gravel.
Yeah. The front area was like black tar, but like the side was gravel. Anyways, but like I do like looking at like because obviously they didn't mean to like capsulize like a time and place when they filmed this. So like, oh, this is what it is. But like I do like when you see the small town, like how everybody kind of came in and was doing stuff.
I almost had you watch instead of this because I wanted to do like an early one. I almost had you watch I Want to Hold Your Hand. Do you know what that is?
No.
It's a Beatles movie. It's a movie about the Beatles that they wrote.
Oh, okay. And
yeah.
Zemeckis directed it?
I don't think he directed it. Hold on. Came out in '78.
But the cutaway scenes between but the cutaway scenes when they pirated the debates.
Oh,
the president's
he did
debates.
direct it actually.
Oh, yes.
It's the first thing he directed, I believe.
The president debates when they jumped into it, and like they were talking. Like, I like that a lot, and that's why I like a lot of Svengoolie. Is that like when like have you ever watched Svengoolie?
I'm aware of who Svengoolie is. I get the concept.
So like what he does is like after he gets back from a commercial, like the commercial happens and he gets back, he sets up a joke, and then he'll play a part of the movie that you just watched, and it'll like give you the punchline. So it's like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. Like, where did I get this? This is where you get it. I mean, it's just like it's a simple dumb setup and joke, whatever.
Yeah.
But like, I like it when they do the pirated commercials. They do the same setup and like jokes with the presidents. I thought it was pretty dope. Especially like being like for its time. I'm sure this movie was super edgy.
This movie?
Yeah.
It wasn't though. I mean, Porky's has been out at that point, hasn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. But like this one's actually making fun of the presidents.
Who does?
But you actually
really,
have actual
is
footage
it that,
of them.
But is it though? Because Lampoon had been doing it for years at that point.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was really good. I thought it was. At first, I wasn't sure how I was going to be with it, but then like because it starts off with the guy, Kurt Russell, underneath the car, turning back the odometer, and then like as I'm looking at it, I'm like, that's not how you do it. That's not how you do it. Not that I'm aware
well, that was like in Contact. That's not how you email.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But like this one, like when he was doing the odometer, I'm like, that's not how you do it. Like there's a way faster way of doing it. But okay.
Well, what is he gonna Ferris Bueller it? I mean,
no, that doesn't work that way.
I know that that was the joke in that part of that movie.
Yeah, but it's you just get a drill and you just attach it to the thing and you just kind of like you put it in reverse and it'll spin it backwards. You have to go directly from like the cable of the odometer to the drill. And you just
so where do you put it in at?
So like the cable line that goes to the tire, you just take that out and then just attach it to the drill, and then like you know how like
to the tire.
No, from the odometer to that wire, you just put it to the drill.
Where's the wire at? Okay, maybe I'm a little confused. Where's the wire at?
It's attached to the odometer and it goes into the wheel because it's been.
Which wheel? One of the wheels.
One of the wheels because it'll take the rotation of the tire.
No, I figured that. So then.
So you just take that wire out. You put in your own wire to a drill, and then the drill will clamp on it because you twist it and clamp it on it. Put it in reverse, and it'll just force that thing to spin backwards.
So then, how fast? So if you,
it'll take you a while to bring it down. Like
how? Okay, so you do it that way. So let me just make sure I get this correct. There's a fucking wire, and there's like a nub on the wire, right? That's kind of not like a nub.
You can literally disconnect that wire and put your own wire.
No, I understand. You disconnect the wire, and then what do you have? Do you just put it? Do you just lock it on to the drill like you're locking a bit?
Yeah.
Okay. So is it like a wire and there's a thing that comes out like a little nub?
Yeah.
I'm going to say nub here because I don't know the fucking proper term, but you know what I'm talking about when I say nub. And you put it on there so like you can hold it and it can spin it. Clearly it spins.
Yeah.
Because it spins with the wheel.
Yeah.
And you burp, 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 and just
hold it.
But how long?
It'll take you a while.
Okay. So I do 5 minutes.
Not that I've done it. But yeah, it's...
So you hold it for 5 minutes. How long does that go back?
It depends on the rotation. So you could probably knock down like, I don't know, 100,000 miles easy.
In 5 minutes.
Probably 50,000 miles in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
yeah. Because like because I had a scooter and like the paperwork wasn't 100% on that scooter, and literally I got bored, and then so me and Bob sat there with a drill and we brought it right back down to zero.
And sold it.
And then we just rode it around until we got it impounded. But it was fun. But it was legal. It's just the paperwork was all weird. Because like from when the guy sold it to me and whatever, the paperwork was like way over what it was.
Oh.
And I was like, that's like, how was that even possible? And I'm thinking he probably
did
the same thing to lower it down and realize people. What was your worst used car experience?
My worst used car? Oh, the one in New York.
Oh,
I never told you that story. Okay, that's a good.
Okay.
That's a little thing. So I bought the car in New York from this place called Car Dealer Joe.
Car Dealer Joe.
And
did he wear a plaid jacket?
No, he did not. But when we got there, like someone had broken into the lot at one point.
Oh shit!
And there was like glass on the ground, so I think they broke into a car. And I got one car. I got there. The first car I got, they're like, "Oh yeah, you can get this car," and I'm like, "Well, there's fucking water in this car. I can hear it."
Oh shit!
I'm not weren't supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, so then I got this Chevy and the gas lines were leaking. And I'm all like, dude, you sold me a car with busted gas lines. I can't even register this car.
Yeah.
And I'm all like, I'm gonna fucking call.
Yeah.
And so he fixed it, and then I was able to register my car. But registering a car in New York, because I wasn't a fucking resident yet. I had to go get a license. I got a license. I had to go get a license, but then they're like, oh, we need something that shows you're a resident, so you need to go get like a store card, like a fucking like Albert's, like a I think it was like a Wegmans or whatever the fuck
Wiggly
card.
Piggly.
Yeah, Piggly Wiggly, whatever the fuck it was out there. They're like, oh, you need to get that type of. We'll take that, and I'm like, okay. So it was a pain in the ass just in general in New York to get everything taken care of out there. And it was okay. I mean, I was able to drive it across the country. Yeah. You guys all had a bet that I was gonna fucking break down.
Yeah.
But I made it back, and then and then it broke down. Let's see. So I got back in August, and I think by June or August of 2009 I got back, I think.
Yeah.
And then by July, it was by the end of, it was July. The reason why I know it was July is because I went on a date with Lisa and I was in the Camry that I had.
Yeah.
So I know it was it was like May or June. I only had that car for like 6 months. I also got this black Prius. No, I'm joking.
How dare you? Yeah, I don't think I've ever had any issues with cars. Like buying cars.
Well, you know how to do it though.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think of like my worst one, and like no, like all of them were fine. I have issues. I'm the safest driver in the world, but other people around me are not. But yeah, like that's interesting because like and used car salesmen, they'll razzle dazzle you like no other when it comes to like talking, and then sometimes they'll belittle you if they know they could belittle you, and then you'll have to take their word as authority. But they're all. If I have a car and I know I'm not gonna gouge somebody for car prices, but it's one of those where it's like, hey, I know what's wrong with this car, and I tell people, you buy the car as is. It's simple as that.
Yeah.
It's like I'll let you know what's the major issues are gonna be coming up for you if you take the car, but I'm not gonna tell you like everything about it because the moment I start telling you, oh, this has an issue, or like this is here, or there's a stain underneath this thing. I mean, then like they're gonna want the price to be lowered. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
It's not a dealer. I'm not gonna make whatever. Just here's the car. It runs good. This is the last time I've done stuff to the car. Take it.
Here's the car.
But most of the cars I buy are easy flips, so they're just kind of like, here you go, done. But yeah, no, like I've never had any issues with like buying cars. But this movie, like, I like how it just made it turn into like wackiness, like in the middle of it.
It's a wacky movie. It's definitely.
I didn't expect that right away. I'm like, it wasn't until like the death that I'm like, okay, cool. And then they buried him in front of the lot.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. But overall, like, I thought it was really good. The desert scenes when they get all the kids to like help them with the race.
Oh, with the mile of cars.
Yeah.
Did you say mile of cars?
Yeah. And then I was like, okay, cool. And then like I like how he made her lie on like at court when she was under like oath, and then he's like, like the panic, like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? And like it was this. The race at the end was dope. Everyone going around the deserts. It was a very Dukes of Hazzard-y, like feud, like, you know, against the It was just fun. It was a fun movie. But yeah, I honestly I would like to see what a girl's like take of this movie is, because it's very man driven, and then especially
which is also so odd considering Contact.
It was a very woman driven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and some of his other movies are very. I mean, I think
this is a movie of its time where it was just like, oh, this is a man's movie. Let's just make it a man's movie.
But I mean, he's more of a character actor than a plot actor. I mean, I'm a director. I mean, he's more of a character director than a plot director.
Yeah.
Because I mean, look at the four different. Look at the how many different storylines are there in 1941 that come together?
Yeah.
I mean, there's like what 4 or 5 different storylines. There's the Belushi. There's the we want to put a tank on your house, and the Treat Williams, you know, all that shit. I mean that even that splits off into 2. I mean that even splits off into 2.
Yeah.
because there's a fucking ton. I mean, and that one is so, like, I don't know why that movie didn't do as well as it did, because as a screenplay, like, when you look at it, it's very, like, precise. And it has to be with as many storylines. I mean, think of the storylines in that movie. There's, starting off with the submarine captain.
Yeah.
The Yojimbo as the submarine captain.
Yeah.
And then it goes to, we're going to drop the tank off at your house because we're worried about, or the gun, the big howitzer. They went to the big howitzer on their land that's right next to the ocean.
Yeah.
And then even from that, there's the, I don't want to date that guy. No, the Ned Beatty's daughter doesn't want to date that guy.
Right.
And then he's a waiter at the diner. And then those army guys are going to go to his girlfriend's house to drop off the howitzer.
Right.
And he wants to date the girl. I mean, that's a lot of conflict. And that's the first 15, 20 minutes of the movie. I mean, the only person who doesn't really have a lot of conflict, and it's just there, I mean, Belushi's storyline. Belushi is him about.
I have a hard time remembering this movie, but yeah,
Belushi is just him against himself, because remember he's just a fire pilot that's coming back.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know what's going on. He just knows that there's going to be an attack.
Yeah.
And he's just coming back. But on top of that, there's the Tim Matheson where he's lying to the girl.
Oh yeah.
And then there's Robert Stack as the girl's. I think it's her dad, isn't it?
When did you see this movie?
You've never seen 1941?
I have, but like I've seen it like a while ago.
I used to own 1941, dude. I used to watch it a lot.
Okay, because I'm like, dude, you're naming like plot lines and like.
There's a lot, and all that shit comes. I mean, the way all that shit comes together is fucking like. It's precise. You have to be pretty precise, and I can see, like, you know what I mean. Like, I don't know why.
Rewatch it because
I don't know why. I don't know why people don't like that movie. I don't know why it didn't do well. I mean, there are maybe because there is a lot. It's a comedy, but there's a lot of thinking, a lot of moving. There's a lot of moving parts for a comedy.
Yeah,
I'll give you that. It's a lot of moving parts for a comedy, but like as far as like a mini plot goes, where there's like a bunch of mini stories in it,
yeah.
like that movie's a fucking masterclass on that.
Yeah, no, I have to check it out.
Because like, and everybody everybody wants there's something, and you can find it. Like you can do it. Yeah, I have watched a fucking movie in forever.
Yeah, like because you're rattling on like plot lines. I'm like, yeah, I remember that it being confusing in the beginning, but like, no, like I don't remember that much, but.
That was me like after Animal House and like early Silent, like getting into early Silent Live and watching all the shit adjacent to it. But I didn't find Neighbors until like way after that. I didn't find Neighbors.
When did you watch Used Cars for the first time?
I was a kid. They used to show it on 13. I think one of the local movies. That used to be one of the local movies they used to show all the time.
I never heard of this movie before.
I'm surprised you hadn't, because it was on a lot.
Especially with Kurt Russell. Like I love Kurt Russell. Maybe
it was like a TBS one instead then. But you still had TBS. You had the same fucking cable that I had.
Yeah. Yeah, never.
I think it was just it made.
I think the name just threw me off. I'm like, I don't want to watch that.
And I mean, it doesn't look funny.
It doesn't look funny.
It doesn't look funny. Like it doesn't. It is.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't look. Yeah, I'll give you that. It doesn't look funny.
Yeah, because I didn't expect it to be a comedy up until like.
What did you think it was?
I just thought it was like a movie about fighting like used dealerships, like these two people.
Okay. So, what type? Tell me the plot you thought this movie that you assumed.
I really like. I just thought it was just a dealership, and then like when you see it, you notice there was a dealership across the street. So I'm like, okay, they're doing competitions with each other. They're just gonna be like.
But what type of movie did you think it was gonna be? Like, did you think it was gonna be like a Wall Street type movie where it's like serious? Did you think it was gonna be a serious movie?
I thought it was gonna be a serious movie. I thought it was gonna be a very serious movie about like these two different ones. I figured there'd be some like comedic moments here and there, but like I didn't expect it to be wacky. The moment I saw Lenny and Squiggy, I was like, all right, okay. Yeah, this is.
So now we're going.
This is but. Because like he talks about how he wants to be a politician, and like, okay, cool, and we're gonna follow this politician like.
So you thought it was that,
and then but like it didn't go anywhere, and I figured, okay, cool, maybe the mayor's gonna get involved, and it's gonna be like, no, we don't trust you because you're a used car salesman, and him trying to like show his gumption to be a politician, like that never came into play. It was like very lightly at the end. He talked about he was to continue, but very much like okay, like, but I mean like he got the whole town on his side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Yeah, it's an interesting movie. I liked it, but
I thought it was
I
good.
thought it was good.
We ask a question each week.
Yes, we do.
I don't even want him in this movie.
Corey Feldman. I would want. I don't want the Fell Dog, but I want little Corey Feldman
As one of those kids at the end.
as one of the kids driving the cars.
All right, I'll give
Just because I want to see his head like peeking over, just like Short Round from Indiana Jones.
No time for love, Dr. Jones. I am playing a Marvel video game right now. I don't know if I talked about this last one, called Midnight Suns.
Midnight Suns.
And it's kind of an RPG-ish type game.
Well, that's kind of weird because there's no sun during the nighttime.
It's all the dark Marvel characters and a couple of the not dark ones. So like it's Blade and Magic.
So
and
they bring in a cheerful hero. So Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's there.
Yeah, of course.
Iron Man's there.
Of course.
Wolverine pops up eventually, of course.
Of course.
Yeah, your big ones now.
Yeah.
Iron Man is one of the big ones now because
Is
of the
Thor
fucking...
in there?
I don't not as playable right now,
Okay.
but they have kind of so as you collect things throughout the game, there's little things. Every game has little collectibles you can get.
Mm-hmm.
They have these little tarot cards because it's all dark shit.
Oh, who's the Midnight Suns in this?
It's
Blade,
Ghost Rider, Magic.
Magic's in it. Okay. Black Panther.
No, you play as and there's a few. I can't think of the other ones at this time right now. It's like X people.
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange, yes, and then you play as Lilith's son. You woke up after fighting. You know, you're
Oh,
under,
so you're the villain?
No, you're not the villain. You're the hero. You're the hero.
Okay.
And so you're fighting alongside them. So you have your hero that you kind of you build up, and it's like card based turns.
Oh, okay.
It's not like real. It's not like the old ones. Remember the old ones, the overhead that we used to play.
Yeah.
It's not like those. It's which was.
Is it more like Disco Elysium? Oh no, that's more overhead.
No, not like Disco Elysium.
Or Elysium.
Oh, fuck, that's such a good game. I fucking love that.
I have it. I still haven't beaten it. I'm so angry at it. I'm trying to kill myself because I have no idea what to do.
Just fucking restart the game.
Yeah.
If you're gonna kill yourself. And so it's all turn-based cards and. It's interesting. I liked it. It's not what I thought it was going to be, and I can just kind of pick it up and play whenever.
Yeah.
I don't have time to play for the first time in a long time. I don't have time for video games, like legit. Not me just trying to be an adult saying I don't have time for video games, but I literally don't have time for video games. But I get so every week I get free games from all the things that I have. Like my Amazon gives me free games, and so does like Epic. My Epic account gives everybody free games every month. And then I got this game off Amazon called Card Sharks.
Card Sharks.
Oh no, dude. This game is fucking insane.
Uh-huh.
You're playing as a person who's trying to help people like scam people out of money.
Okay.
Okay, so you're this server, like the servant boy, like this mute servant, right?
Okay.
And you're working in this
Is it like current era? Is it like
No, it's like 1800s France or something like that.
Card Sharks? All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
so let me explain what happens. So you're working as a server, and this guy's like, hey, come sit with me, talk to me. And he goes, do you want to help me fucking scam some people out of money, essentially? That's what he says.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah. So this is what you have to do in the game. He goes, here, we'll practice right now. You have to...
Give hand jobs.
No. You have to pour some wine into a bottle, and you do it on the thing. While you're pouring it, you have to time it perfectly, because you're looking over here.
Okay.
And you have to find out what the highest card is. Then you have to remember the signals that you practice in the game, and you go and you do it on the table. So it's like, if it's
that's cool.
But no, it's harder than it sounds.
Yeah.
And then they're doing things like they'll have you do card tricks, and you got to go through and you have to hit. It's what Nintendo used to do essentially, where it was like you got to time everything perfectly.
Yeah, it's just the pattern to get able.
It's what Nintendo did, but. It's a really good story, and it's really hard but it's really fun.
Yeah.
And it's like, we're going to teach you how to do that. No, they teach you how to mark the card so you can do that trick of like, is this your card?
Oh, yeah.
So you do it that way, and you're like, you'll press, you got to press up a couple times, and it'll throw the couple cards on top of it.
Yeah.
That like there's your mark card, and then you're like, okay, well you got to put 2 cards on top of it because it's gonna go 1, 2, 3, depending on what number they say 1 through 4.
Yeah.
So the game is to go through and play cards and like fucking scam people out of money. It's a weird game so far, and then there's like a whole like 3-card Monty thing where you got to press the buttons at the right time, where you don't do it right, and they'll catch you. And then it's like if you do the same trick twice on him, he's like, "You just did that to me a second ago. Why are you doing that again?"
Okay, that's cool.
Like it's that fucking detailed about it. Like he's like, "I'm not gonna I'm not gonna fall for the same trick twice."
Yeah, that's cool.
It's I got to play it for a little bit, and I'm like, "Oh, this game's fucking great."
Yeah.
But yeah,
I've been watching Fuck That's Delicious. Have you seen that?
I think I've heard of it.
With Action Bronson. He's just this rapper.
I know who Action Bronson is.
Yeah,
I'm aware of Action Bronson.
And then he just goes around and starts eating all these random foods.
Fuck, man, that's delicious.
Yeah, he's high all the time. And then I've been watching that, and I've also been watching the new show Miss Pat, the Miss Pat show.
Who's Miss Pat?
She's like this big black lady. And then she's a comedian.
Oh, okay, I know who Miss Pat is now. Yeah, she was
yeah.
on the John Mulaney show for a second.
And so, really good show. It's like filmed in a live studio audience. And like it's cool because like she'll give like her little like monologue of the showing the thing that they're trying to talk about, and then she'll just like walk into the scene, and then the scene will start, and you're like, oh, that's cool. And then like
what channel is it on?
It's on Prime. And so like, but I enjoy it. They drop a lot of F-bombs. Like there's because it's no filters. So it's like you're watching like an actual like show, and then like the dad's like, "Shut the fuck up!" And you're like, and then
is it like a talk show?
No, it's like a sketch show, like the Cosby Show, but like she literally stands there and she goes, "Hey, like this is like the," she'll do like a little like this show's about it's like Harriet Tubman's, how Harriet Tubman tried to free all the slaves and blah, blah, blah. But there's one person.
Is it ad-libbed?
I believe her monologues are ad-libbed, but the shows
are not.
Yeah.
Huh.
But it's really cool because I like how like she was like in pajamas, she was talking about stuff, and then she just walked through a door, and then the lights turn on, and then the show starts, and she walks out. It's good. The writing's a little kind of whatever, but it's based on her real life, so it's like it's cool. Like
I'll give it a look.
Yeah.
So I went and saw Mike Watt last night.
Oh yeah. So how was that?
Dude, it was so great.
Yeah.
You need to go because it's like. Do you ever listen to the Minutemen?
Yes.
He plays Minutemen songs.
Oh,
he plays
cool.
solo songs. It's so fucking good. His band is
because they were in Fullerton, right? Or
yeah.
Like
I was so. Like I didn't know where the fuck. I was like, where the fuck is this place at? It's where Emily Sav dance. So, oh my gosh, dude! And he was super cool. He took a picture with Johnny and I. So I have a picture.
Nice.
Johnny and I got a picture with Mike Wyatt.
That's cool.
Super nice. He has to play sitting down now, but I think because of his knees, he's got a thing with his knees. But yeah, dude, it was great. He was just like, I mean, there was no barrier. He still. Have you ever seen the Minutemen documentary?
No.
There's one called We Jam Econo.
Okay.
And it's about them, but he totally still just jams Econo. Like,
that's cool.
It was a $10 show.
Yeah.
In 2024.
That's rad.
It was, we were from you to him. Like the distance between us and me right now is how far from Mike Watt we were.
That's cool.
Mike Watt was just like, come on up if you guys want to get pictures. Come on up, and he's just putting stuff away and he's just talking to everybody. And he's putting shit away, and he's talking to people and taking pictures.
That's right. That's
and
so
just
cool.
like that's it. Nothing else. You're not watching anything. You're not listening or reading or anything. You said you started 7 again.
I started book 7 of the Dark Tower, and that was just because like I was like, ooh yeah, like this will be fun. I actually have a book that I downloaded and a couple days ago.
What's that?
I haven't gotten that far to it, but it's I got a sample of the Old Man and the Gun. And
that guy from the book that he wrote, right?
Yeah, but then I also got I downloaded Stephen King's Infested.
Infested.
Yeah.
Let me see.
This one.
Oh, it's gotta be a fucking short story. Yeah, it's a short story of some sort.
So
which one is it on? I'm trying to think where it is. Cause
yeah.
have you ever gone to his short stories?
No.
Oh,
so
dude,
this is the first one. Like I was.
Dude,
like, okay.
go back. What's your King era that you like? Do you like early? Do you like it all? Are you like I'm everything?
I'm a Dark Tower fan, so
No, I know
whatever
that.
ties to the Dark Tower, I'm fond of. No, I think older Stephen King, because that's like the stuff more I've read. But like I'm also reading. Like I also downloaded these 2 books, The War Magician, which is going to be based on a movie with Doctor Strange, who's going to be playing it. And it's about a magician who helped defeat the Nazis in World War II. And the Peking Express, just because it's a bandit who stole like a train in China, and it's like a Orient Express type of like a true story.
I've never even heard of this book.
The Infested?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just saw it on, because it pops up on my Amazon Unlimited Reads, so I try to grab books and just go through them.
Is it the same guy?
Stephen King?
Is it like Stephen King, fucking Stephen King? Because I don't know if that's Stephen King.
I don't know. I saw Stephen King, so I downloaded it.
It's a Stephen R. King, right?
Mine just says Stephen King. Oh, there is an R on there. It may not even be Stephen King.
It is not, because Stephen's middle name is Edwin. Okay. I'm like, I don't think that's Stephen.
Return to Kindle Unlimited by Stephen R. King.
Yeah. But if you are looking for,
what I'm trying to find is some really good Civil War books. But
go find.
I almost got the Grant book.
There is a bunch. You can get the Night Shift. There's Skeleton Crew. There's Nightmares and Dreamscapes. There's Everything's Eventual. There's Just After Sunset. Bizarre Bad Dreams. You Like It Darker. There are novella. There are 5 novella collections. So it's Everything's Eventual, Just After Sunset, Bizarre Bad Dreams. Oh no, hold on, I'm sorry. I apologize. Different Seasons. 4 Past Midnight. Hearts in Atlantis, and Full Dark No Stars, and If It Bleeds, and that's the latest one.
Okay. Oh, so I just remember 2 more movies I watched. Gangs of New York.
Yeah, that was last month. You told me.
Okay.
We're gonna do that. Now we're gonna do that for Christmas.
All right, and then what else did I watch? Oil. Or no, it's based on the book called Oil.
I know you. Did you watch that too?
Yeah.
You know I have that. Did you just watch it for the first time?
Yeah.
There Will Be Blood?
There Will Be Blood. Yeah.
Tell me we could have watched that one. That one's so good.
How good is that movie, dude?
Oh, that movie is so good. I love that movie.
Yeah.
I own that.
Yeah, fantastic.
I saw that in theaters.
Dude, it was so good.
Tim was working in. I think Tim was there at the part or at the mansion at the end, because they filmed that in the mansion in Beverly Hills.
Oh, okay.
And he was just like, at the end when he's beating him with the bowling pin, it's a rubber bowling pin, but he goes, "Look, you're gonna have to hit me harder if you're gonna want to." Paul Dano tells me, "You got to hit me harder if you want to get some kind of reaction out of me."
Oh shit. Yeah, no, but overall, I thought it was amazing.
Had you never seen it before?
Never seen it before.
Oh fuck, dude! You gotta. When you go to watch something like that, like ask me first.
Okay.
That's why I ask you. That's why I send you like, have you? That's why sometimes I ask you if you blanked this or not.
Because like it was just random. I just showed up to T2's house and he was
he was watching. He was watching it.
Yeah.
He likes that movie.
He goes through movies like crazy. So like, I'll sit there and watch random movies with him. Hey, Forrest.
Hey, Jimmy.
So next week, to start off, our Roger Corman month, we're going to watch a little movie called The Pit and the Pendulum.
Oh, Vincent Price, right?
Vincent Price.
All right.
Next week.
Well, that's going to do it for the episode this week. If you have any questions or comments, you can hit us up at our Instagram
at YHBlankThat.
or you can email us at yhblankthat@gmail.com.
Bye.
Bye.